What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Caught Stealing, the new crime thriller film from Darren Aronofsky starring Austin Butler. This is Aronofsky's first film in 3 years since The Whale, which of course was a small film that reached big highs because of course Brendan Fraser won his first Oscar for his role in that movie. And that was, the comeback film for Aronofsky post all the hoopla regarding Mother from 2017. And Caught Stealing, here it is, another movie that's a bit more traditional, a bit more simple and less involved than Aronofsky's earlier work, such as Black Swan, which recently was re-released for its 15th anniversary just a few weeks ago. The appeal of Caught Stealing is not that Darren Aronofsky is behind the camera. It's pretty traditional crime thriller in that regard. The appeal here is, of course, Austin Butler's star turn. He carries every scene of this 1998 New York City set thriller, and his charisma in playing a notably non-badass character. He is not playing Fade Routha again. He's playing a normal dude who has some demons and then finds himself in a very troubling situation regarding organized crime. Butler carries this film with his presence, his charisma, and the plot moves so quickly and has a really fun ensemble to it. It's a really nice, good time. I think this is a really well set New York City thriller. The 90s are well realized here. There's some subversive action, a lot of humor that lands quite well. Caught Stealing might not surprise you at too many turns, but it's just a really enjoyable ride to be on. I think right off the bat, you get some fun chemistry between Butler and Zoe Kravitz, who plays his paramedic girlfriend. But we very quickly get to meet this whole laundry list of characters. Butler's character, Hank, his neighbor, is played by Matt Smith, who plays this English punk who happens to be involved in organized crime as a drug dealer. And before we know it, we meet two Russian mobsters who are quite aggressive and violent. We meet police officer played by Regina King. We meet two Hasidic Jew mobsters played by Vincent D'Onofrio and Liev Schreiber. Really funny small roles from Bad Bunny and Action Bronson. This movie being set in 98, I think makes a big difference, right? I mean, they do a great job of grounding that, right? You see the World Trade Center several times, but the fact that this is like a no cell phone story, they're using pay phones, there's a lot of word of mouth, a lot of huge bar culture, it's dated in the best way. And this is a common talking point, right? That cell phones ruin movies, but not having cell phones makes this movie so much more fun and a lot more plausible for that matter as well, because this is a film with a ton of plot, covers a lot of ground, a lot of, outlandish things happen, but you're kind of just on for the ride. Like, it's all pretty believable. And we spend a lot of time going all around New York, right? We find ourselves in Flushing, we go to Coney Island, we're all over the place. I really think, though, just all the goons are just really well realized as characters and foes for Hank to, elude and not be killed by. The Russians, the shorter one, Microbe, who's just so aggro and so needlessly violent, makes a big impression early on. Liev Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio, though, I think they kind of steal the show once they show up. And like Bad Bunny initially steals the show. I think his performance was a real firecracker. Even Action Bronson only has a handful of lines, has a lot of presence too, fits right in as this townie at the bar. But once you meet the two Jewish guys, I mean, God, I think D'Onofrio and Schreiber, they have the comedic timing super down between each other. They have great chemistry. I think their general role in the story is pretty fun. And yes, does the movie maybe have a bit of a neat conclusion? Like, it kind of gets wrapped up and, our hands are wiped clean by the end as a lot of plot gets progressed. Sure. But I do think the general pulse of the storytelling was just a lot of fun. And like I said before, this doesn't really strike you as something specific to Darren Aronofsky, right? Requiem for a Dream, this is not. But as a vehicle for Austin Butler, whose star, of course, continues to rapidly rise, I think it's a successful turn from him. And it doesn't look like this movie's going to do too well at the box office, so they're not the best notch in the belt for Butler's, star ability to open a film. It doesn't seem like there's just enough buzz behind the film coming out on Labor Day weekend, despite a pretty robust press tour from Butler and Kravitz. Nonetheless, I think it's a movie that will do well over time as people find it, just because I think it's just broadly pretty crowd pleasing, and the humor, just enough of it there that lands. Also, I think really nice to have a meaty role from Regina King again. Like, she's had a lot of supporting work lately, but I think this is one of the biggest roles in something high profile that she's done in a few years, which I quite enjoyed from her. I think Hank, his personal demons and his backstory, I think that's all kind of weaved in pretty well in terms of why he's alcoholic, his relationship with baseball, his desire to always call his mom and talk about the Giants as this California boy living in New York City. I think all that's portrayed pretty well, and you understand why Hank is fueled to act the way he does and survive. I think the character works pretty well. But yeah, let me know, what did you think of Caught Stealing? Did you enjoy the film as much as I did? Let me know. And for more movie reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.